going to have a little contest. Claude is also taking it. So we're going to see who does the best and who's fastest. And who do you think won the contest? Claude or the Koreans?
The Koreans won.
Claude won because he was done in like 3 minutes.
My neighbor, more credits. I think the Koreans.
Anyone but Koreans.
ABK? Yeah, well, it was Claude. There it is, right there, my friend. 5 out of 5. That really says something. You know what I mean? This isn't just about doing it in the classroom. This is actually doing it out into the world. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And why would I try to compete with that kind of intellectual power? The world's coming. It's coming at you fast, and it's exciting. Man, this is the most exciting time ever to be alive right now. And those of you who are not creative and you're just here because you're trying to get your exam to get your diploma, you're in trouble, man. You're in trouble because you're not going to adapt. Okay, I'm going to take these suiting questions. Let's go. Man, these exams really require me to give full concentration, and that's really not kind of how my brain works. Oh my God, I thought I had the answer, and then okay, shows the percentage of U.S. teenagers who spend time with. Okay, that's it, done. It took me 13 minutes, and I have no idea how I did, but we will see. I'm a little bit nervous. Well, not nervous per se, but I'm thinking I probably got 3 out of 5, and maybe I got 4 out of 5. There's a far out chance I got 5 out of 5, but it's not very likely. Okay, so the first one, I got that correct. The second one, I got that one correct. All right. The third one, oh man, oh gosh. Okay, missed that one. I'm down to, I missed that. Well, that was it came down to 2 answers on that one, and I chose the wrong one. But that was the correct one was my second guess. Yes, okay, I got that one right. Whew, all right. Yeah, that was easy, I got that right. Okay, so I got 4 out of 5. Here's what I'm thinking. So Claude AI system got 5 out of 5, and it did it in just a little over 3 minutes. First off, it's no surprise to me, but also I think it tells us something about how we should be educating our students. Actually, it tells us how we should not be educating our students. Hey, so we're going to talk about education and AI. Education has generally been built around giving you information. You show up and somebody imparts on you wisdom and ideas and knowledge. You write it all down, you memorize it, and then you take exams. And so what we do is we set these systems up so a few number of people are allowed to walk through the doorway, and then it just makes everything a lot easier. Things get more competitive, the exams get harder and harder. So, we have in this need to distinguish between people, in the US, of course, we have the SAT and the ACT, but every country has its own college entrance exam, and some of these exams are really tough. So listen, what I have, we're going to talk about AI, but first we're going to have a little contest. So here's the deal. I have 5 questions from the Korean version of the exams called the Sunin exam, and they're each going to take it. I need some other volunteers. We're going to do a competition to see if you're smarter than 2 Korean high school students, all right? Okay, so you guys, you go out in the hallway, you're going to take the test. We're going to time you. Go as quickly as you can and try to get it correct. So Claude is also taking it. So we're going to see who does the best and who's fastest. All right, so can we have our volunteers? Okay, take a look at these headlines. These are like really serious headlines. When you read them, what comes to mind for you?
It's kind of scary because you go into school studying something that's respectable, and then you can leave school and your job just won't exist anymore. Mm-hmm. And that's really terrifying for us, and we're just kind of in a weird time in the world, I think.
When I first got into Penn State, I was a computational data science major. And then I ended up switching because actually exactly this. I felt that I'm hearing people computer science majors or like just people in that field talk about how like, for lack of better words, like they're fucked because AI just is gonna take their job, like, because we can't do things as fast as the computer can.
Well, as a computer science major, I think I'm as well. So I'm.
So wait, the title of the class is, Jeff, we're changing the title of the class to We're All right? Is that, will that pass the YouTube?
So I'm going back farming.
Yeah, all right. Katie, when you think about the increased use of AI in the future, and you think about your education, because you're young, are you more excited than concerned, more concerned than excited, or somewhere in between?
I think I'm more concerned than excited because I think the use of AI really like advances the quality or enhances the quality of everyone's work overall because it's been so popular and like it's a lot more like convenient in terms of everything. But because it is like accessible for everyone, that also higher the standard for everyone because everyone's work is going to be like somewhat decent and like better than average, right? So you have to stand out even more and kind of like break that limit of AI creation.
What are you most optimistic about?
Less workload, maybe,
Okay.
because like the basic stuff AI can do it for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So less brain power, like having to take
Yeah.
tests like that, having to
Like,
do things like you just did?
like for example, when I use AI personally, I think it's like I would have my ideas generated, but then I wouldn't know how to assemble it. So I would ask AI to like organize it for me. And that's something that like I'm not good at it. So like AI can maybe do that part for me, and it really like reduces the workload. Like less time.
Hey, by the way, speaking of this, word came in. Who do you think won the contest?
I feel like the Koreans won.
I feel like Claude won because he was done in like 3 minutes.
I gave my neighbor more credit. So I think the Koreans.
The Koreans? What do you think?
Anyone but Korean.
ABK? Yeah, well, it was Claude in the fastest amount of time. Yeah, pretty amazing, actually. That really says something. You know what I mean? I mean, right here, think about that. And so when you think, this isn't just about doing it in the classroom, this is actually doing it out into the world. Like, why wouldn't you do that? And why would I try to compete with that kind of intellectual power? You understand what AI is, right? I mean, fundamentally, it is about reproducing the human mind. So if you can get 10 minds, you can get 100 minds, 1,000 brains, 1,000,000 brains, 10 million brains, you're going to use that. And then not only do you have that, but you have then take all that power and put it behind robots that we create. This is artificial intelligence. This is where we're going at 2 levels. And it's really exciting. You're like, man, my responsibility is to make sure that these folks are prepared for this. What could Penn State do? What would you do if you were in that position? Think bigger. Think about what kind of consciousness do you need students to have? What kind of like day-to-day stuff? Like what kind of, like I have the idea that Aria, that you as a sociology major sociology is a field that will really prepare people for this new world that's happening. You know, in the past, we were just like, go take these exams and do these things and get the grades and and jump through the hoops, and we give you your diploma and now go out on the world. But the world's different now. So like, what could Penn State do to make it more likely that you all would succeed?
I feel like we should have a semi-required course everybody take. It's like a seminar type of deal, so you actually practice.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Do you think I'm prepared for AI?
No.
Yeah?
Probably not.
You see, like, kind of how I think and where I go.
In your field, probably you're going to be better than AI, but in the rest of the field, probably not.
Wait, this is gonna sound kind of mean, but I don't mean it to
You don't have to be mean. Oh, dude, I'm old.
I don't mean
Are you going to say I'm old?
I wasn't gonna word it like that. It's just like, I feel like our parents, I've seen the way that my parents' generation on top of that. It was kind of just like, I feel like you guys will use AI to like the bare minimum of where we started.
Dude, I want to just show you something. Look at these apps on my phone. I have more apps on my phone, and I use them all, man. I can tell you there's probably nobody in this room that is as proficient on this thing as I am. I talk to people, I communicate with people all over the world in languages and all sorts of things. Dude, can I say this? I am so ready for AI. I am so adaptable. I'm so change ready. Anything that happens, I'm golden. The biggest change in the world, I'm like, bring it on, man, because I'm ready. I'm not afraid of anything. I am like, whatever happens, I'm going to adapt. If I have to return to painting houses or digging ditches, I can do that. I spent my childhood digging ditches. I'm ready, man.
Well, I mean, in that case, I guess so, but how old are you?
Not every old person.
Not old person, but like not every like adult over the age of like 40. I'm sorry.
You know why?
I'm sorry.
No, you want to know why?
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all want to know why? Because at some point in time, you stop thinking, you stop growing, you stop being creative, and you stop being curious. And a big part of that are these exams that you take in school, that you just are jumping through the hoops, taking exams because you think you got to do that, just like we took the exam earlier, and you stop the curiosity. And it's like, dude, curiosity goes to the bitter end. And I think Penn State, for example, maybe what Penn State could do, so this is me talking to you all, do a double down on curiosity and creativity. Doesn't matter whether it's art or literature or comp sci or anything. It's just double down on that, man. And those of you who are not creative and you're just here because you're trying to get your exam to get your diploma, you're in trouble, man. You're in trouble because you're not going to adapt. You might as well quit school and go be an apprentice with a plumber or an electrician or somebody of that nature who's going to give you a skill that you will be able to use to survive.
Can I change my answer real fast?
Go ahead, change your answer, dude.
Well, because now that I'm actually thinking about it, I feel like, I'm sorry that I keep calling you old. I feel bad. But like your generation.
No,
like,
you can call me old, dude.
like-
I'm old. I'm 65. I'm like, come on.
Wait, really?
I'm 65. I'm really old. Yeah.
But I feel like your generation has had to adapt so many more times than like we have. Like like technology, the phones, all that. So now that I'm thinking about it, why wouldn't you guys be able to adapt one more time to like AI and like above that?
You know why? Because most people of my generation, and I can speak with at least one other person of my generation who's in the room, so many people around us, they stop living. They stop being creative. They stop being interested in life. And they're doing their thing. And it's like, if you do that, you're in trouble, man. And I got students, by the way, keep this in mind as you think about college. I got students who have stopped living or stopped being creative. It's like, stop, man. The world's coming. It's coming at you fast, and it's exciting. Man, this is the most exciting time ever to be alive right now. But you got to harness it, and you can't be afraid of it.
I think sociology is a great degree because it kind of teaches you how to think creatively and how to think critically. I think that a lot of the time, AI has kind of killed our critical thinking skills and just technology in general because we don't have a lot of opportunities to just have open intellectual conversations.
Yeah.
Humans have emotions, and emotions drive our creative thinking. They drive our decisions every single day, all the time. AI does not do that. We tell it what to do for us. It gives us something generated, and then we run with it.
So you got to learn to use it in a way that allows that to continue to happen.
Yeah. There's really nothing like the human experience and the emotions that drive it. So
I got that. What do you think about what I said about being alive and the optimism and the possibilities?
Okay, I'm gonna be mean. Because you're old, that means you have some saving to support yourself through to be creative. Some of us don't have that luxury, so.
Yeah, but you do. You come from money, man. You're from China.
Okay,
Your parents have money.
I'm somewhat rich.
Yeah, you got it. All right. Katie, what do you think about, you get the final thing. What do you think about what I said about being older and being, no, you're speaking for the masses, so you're good.
Well, I actually think it's more beneficial to be older in today's society that's like conquered by AI because you experienced a life without AI, without any devices, any internet, but like you still managed to survive. And the fact that you have those skills means like you're more than prepared.
Dude, I love that.
Right?
I mean, you know, we do these exams because we have to filter people out. You know, in Korea, for example, you can't let everybody go to med school. Well, everybody can't do that. And the fact is, you know, just given the nature of students, high school students in Korea, half of them could do well at the Sky universities and could do well in med school. Okay, because you're very highly educated, but you got to figure out how to get that half number down to a very small number of people. And that's why we have exams like this. It's just to make it easy and give us some rational basis that everybody will accept. You know, nobody's going to revolt. But it's probably not very wise because the future's coming at us, man. It's a new world coming. The skills that we get from taking exams like this are probably not the skills that are going to lead people to thrive. And frankly, I have the sense that Koreans don't necessarily want to hear this because, you know, you've been sort of going down this road a long time, and families have been and students have been putting a lot of stake behind this. You know, a lot of hours, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears. But the fact is, things have changed, and it may not be the best way to go, and it may not be the best things that we can do to provide for our children and grandchildren. But anyway, I am above average, 4 out of 5. That's good. I just want to be above average. I never want to be the best, just above average. And that's where I want to be.